From rideable flying animals to leaks about Chapter 4, these are 25 Fortnite updates you need to know. One of the first things that everyone wants to see arrive this season is the goo gun that Epic themselves tease in the trailer. However, what's insane about it is the goo sticks to players and then explodes. And that's not the only insane thing Epic has in store, because new leaks point towards next season actually being Chapter 4. A new codename was found in the files called Asteria, which is said to be the next map name for Battle Royale. It even follows the pattern of the maps being named after Greek gods, but what's strange is that Epic wouldn't add it this early if it wasn't meant for next season. And there's even more evidence, because multiple theories point out that the Herald is incredibly similar to the Cube Queen, having a throne, corrupting the island, and even their description saying that nothing is coming. If this all ends up being true, Chapter 3 will be very short and we'll get a new map next season. And so with a chance of Chapter 4, there's no better time for first person to release. It has been updated again recently to hide your head whenever you enter the view, and you might even be able to change your view during the match. Epic doesn't release huge gameplay features like this unless it's a new season or even a new chapter, so things are really starting to add up here. And No Sweat Insurance isn't taking any chances. Over the course of the season, more and more POIs will be lifted up from the ground to be rescued from the spread of the chrome. Places like Sleepy Sound, Butter Barn, and even Coney Crossroads will soon be lifted into the air. Other places like the Pirate Ship and No Sweat will also move around the map too. And they are also working on flying animals, and I know we already have crows, but I am talking about much bigger ones. And it's not leaked what they exactly are just yet, but imagine dragons or pterodactyls flying around and even attacking players. But that's not the best part, because they are going to be rideable. You'll be able to use the infamous Saddler item that has never been released to latch onto these creatures and control them. Another thing planned to arrive later this season is maximum security vaults. Currently, we have low security ones that need 1 key to open and high security ones that require 2. But these upcoming ones will need 3 keys. They're going to have the most loot a vault has ever had and will only be found in underground bunkers. And so one of the items you'll probably find from these vaults is the upcoming Cobra DMR. We still have the original in game, and we don't know a lot about the new one, but we've actually seen it a few times and you probably didn't even notice. In Cypher's icon trailer, you can see a first look at the new weapon. It looks a lot like the Ranger with a ton of attachments, but it is actually the Cobra. You can also find it in the season trailer, and it even has a new scope design. So expect some more trailers soon, one of them being for Luke Skywalker. He has been one of the most anticipated Star Wars characters alongside Darth Vader. Well, it looks like the wait is finally over. His lightsaber has been updated, especially for him, and now they branded the blue and green versions as A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. Even his codename has been found in the files as Limo for Luke. But I was just as confused as everyone when I heard that Epic is working on a vehicle called the Goofball. Currently, there is no file showing what it could be, but maybe it's some kind of rework baller after everyone hated them last season, or even something entirely new. Before that, you gotta bring your attention to the new display cases. They are a brand new type of chest that you'll be able to find later this season. They come in various sizes from small to large, and they'll have different variants too. Normal cases will contain weapons, but you could also find consumable and exotic item versions, which will definitely be interesting. There's even a fourth one that somehow sounds crazier. Wild display cases will have a randomized legendary or rare item inside, and it might even contain vaulted ones. So you might think the season couldn't get any better, but data miners have found that Epic is working on a new throwable launchpad. It sounds like it'll be a grenade-style version of the existing launchpad, which would make it perfect for zero build modes. Normal modes had their launchpad vaulted last season too, so we can expect it to release fairly soon for both of them. But the recent leaks about a returning shotgun have split the community in two. That's right, the charged shotgun could finally be returning after a year. In the most recent patch, the shotgun was updated for the first time since it was vaulted all the way back in Fortnite 2020. This will for sure bring a breath of fresh air to the current loot pool, considering how different it is from the other shotguns in the game. Speaking of items that were updated, these fan favorite vehicles are also coming back very soon. In Season 4, you have the ability to turn cars and boats around the island into chrome. Well, leakers have found that 2 other vehicles are able to be chromed as well. They are none other than planes and choppas. It's clear that Epic is going to go all out with the new unvaulted items. And while some vehicles are going shiny, Geno has been revealed to have another style. A new leak of Zero War Issue 5 shows the page with color and a style we haven't seen before. In the survey concepts, he has a blue and gray suit as well as a white and gold version, but now we have a third suit that is gold and black, and it looks insanely cool. Geno will also have a mass variant for all of these styles, and he's shaping up to be one of the coolest looking storyline characters yet. Now, we probably won't see Geno return for a while, but we will be seeing some other villains making a return. This season's Fortnite event might bring back the cubes, as files for the sideways items were re-added in this update. Chests, portals, and caretakers have all been updated too. While the Herald and Chrome take over the island, this probably means we'll see the sideways feature make a return in one of the most loved LTMs, Horde Rush. If you love that news, just wait until you hear that a new type of zombie was teased in next month's Fortnite crew. Fitting the season theme, these are Chrome Chrome, which makes it likely they're linked to the Herald. Whether they're only for an LTM or they're also coming back in core modes is currently unknown, but either way, this is bound to be one of the best Fortnitemares events. And these new Chrome zombies will come with their very own new boss. We've already got the Herald, and now a freaky boss is set to arrive later this season. They'll be part of this year's Fortnitemares event and drop a new mythic and a pumpkin launcher. Just like the Herald, they'll also have new powers to summon creatures to fight you. Epic also started working on a new feature called Disco Wolf, and at first it seems like this could finally give wolves and other animals dance animations if they get hit by a boogie bomb, which I gotta admit would be hilarious, but it's sadly not that. It's actually a code name for a new gadget coming to the game like jetpacks or the Spire boots. It'll take up an inventory slot when you equip it, and it'll likely give you some sort of special ability. Meanwhile, Fortnite is set to be celebrating the World Cup again this year, but sadly, it's not the Fortnite World Cup, but instead the FIFA one. Some challenges have been found in the files leading towards a new World Cup set of quests that'll give rewards and XP, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it'll be a proper collab, so don't expect to see Messi or Ronaldo in game anytime soon. But maybe we'll see the return of the soccer and football skins. Just like sports, Fortnite could take a lot of training, and that is why Epic is adding a new training ground LTM later this season. You'll be able to queue in alone or with your friends to perfect your skills, get warmed up, and a lot more. We don't have a lot of info on what's going to happen in the mode itself, but it might just be like bot lobbies or even having training areas and targets. And you'll need the practice, because probably the most underrated collab item is finally making a return. The Kingsman umbrella was first added in Chapter 2 Season 2, and we have never seen it since. It lets you glide down, block bullets, charge at people, and even use it as a melee weapon. But something we all thought was never going to make a return was GEMINI. It was an insanely popular skin when it first got leaked all the way back in 2019 and was set to release until it was delayed and then removed entirely. The community was super upset, especially once Epic re-added her but as Astro Assassin. I mean, it completely ruined the skin. Well, over 3 years later, no one expected GEMINI's original outfit to be re-added to the files. With the Season 4 update, Epic re-added the model for the bunny head as well as the red edit style, so who knows, it might finally get added to Astro Assassin as an extra helmet option. Another skin that's putting on their helmet is Iron Man. With the final Zero War comic arriving very soon, players who redeemed all 5 codes will get Hulkbuster for free. It was speculated for weeks and rumored to even be a mech, but it's gonna be an entire skin. You'll have a ton of different styles and items, from visors, a pickaxe, even a 7 design. But if you don't have a comic code, don't worry, he'll be released in the item shop at 8 p.m. EST on September 28th. Even though Zero War is now over, we'll be getting a brand new supply radio. Epic is currently working on the item, and it'll give you a device to call in a supply drop at any time. This has actually been planned since the beginning of Fortnite, so it's awesome to finally see its release. And that's not the only gadget coming soon, because there's a new grapple glider in the works, and it'll be just like Batman's grappler and Jules' mythic glider gun. It'll be nice to finally see this item back, because we haven't seen it for over 2 years. Season 4's update has brought a ton of leaks for the season ahead, and Epic accidentally leaked the crew themselves. The asset pack had next month's crew pack inside way before its reveal date. It's another skin from the list of survey concepts, and will have 2 styles, as well as a backbling, pickaxe, and loading screen. Well, it looks like sounds were also updated for the guided missile. We were all pretty disappointed to see that ATKs and the guided missile weren't back after Epic teased them in an image. Well, it's not all bad, because leaks revealed they're actually working on a new version of the guided missile to arrive this season. Most of the files for it have been added back after years of being removed, so I cannot wait to see what they did with it. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.